I do a lot of plain Englishing. Basically, I'll take the material, because often there's a lot of material out there, and to be quite honest, it's not very well written. Even for people who have really good literacy skills, I just think it's not very well written. So I do a lot of plain Englishing. I simplify the documents as much as I can. I'll take out all the rubbish.
It's being aware of the technical language and making sure that you explain the technical language, or that you provide glossaries to students, so that where the technical language isn't familiar to them, they can actually learn it.
I'm very big into using active language, not passive language. I use verbs as much as I can rather than all that nominalisation sort of stuff, that sort of thing. It's basically simplifying, keeping the core ideas there, but actually trying to make it much, much more readable and user-friendly.
You have to use the real thing, but if the real thing is perhaps difficult to understand, then you may have to provide photographs, audio, or you may want to rewrite those instructions in a way that is plain and clear. It makes it accessible to all readers, not just people who may have difficulty with reading. With writing, you can provide models of the kinds of things you want them to write. So you don't just expect that they will be able to write it. You provide some models beforehand, and you talk about how something is written before you ask them to write that kind of document. With numeracy, you also need to be mindful of the language around numeracy.
In terms of the learning materials itself, it would be to simplify vocabulary in them, reformatting the particular types of, like say, forms. Some forms can be quite intimidating to look at, just a lot of information and blanks everywhere, but it's not really organised. So just reformatting, reorganising the information on the forms in itself can actually help a lot. And using simple vocabulary, breaking down questions, sentences, using more headings. Those are, more little techniques that we use to make it clear.
Well, with the workbooks, we make sure there's a lot of space and a lot of colour. So again, for different learners, some people will be drawn to the colour, some people drawn to the space. We make sure that the words are spaced out easily, because some people refuse to wear glasses when they should, so we make sure that the words are big enough for them to see. Also, we have blank spaces for them to draw and write on their own notes as well, and we have it so that they feel it's their resource book to scribble on and write notes on and really own. We tend to use a flip chart, so then we can use a lot of different colour. And the reason we use flip chart too is because we build the story as we go. So that they understand that the first bit adds to the next bit, adds to the next bit, and it's actually building blocks of knowledge.
So as a technical trainer who knows how to do all these things, it's about thinking about what you need to do to make these things more explicit to your learners. So there is a lot you can actually do yourself.